Okay. Okay. Casey? Okay.
All right, so chat is here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, then what you want to do is we're going to do this.
You might just have to stay in here with me.
There you have it.
So now this is what's happening and we'll go through that, but then I want to go into the chat right now.
Sure. Okay, so what you do if you want to go in the chat, because everybody else is seeing that, all you do is stop share right here.
Okay,
And now chat.
great. And then I want to go back to share.
Okay. Screen 2.
That's what I hit, screen 2.
Now you're back.
So I think what I might do is leave this on. That's not going to work because I'm going to have this back and forth. All right, can I practice?
Let me see. Oh.
You know what? We just won't use it. We won't use the chat bar today.
Goodbye.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I mean, you can do this, and what you can do is
If I
like
wasn't
if you
using that.
if you want to pause it, just hit in slideshow, and then come over here.
Do what?
Now you can go in the chat. Now you can go in the chat.
Okay. Can you do that again?
Sure. So now what you're doing here is share screen. Screen 2. And what do you see on there?
I got out of it.
Oh, okay. Then you just go through here. That's what, because you have to be in here to do the slideshow. Okay. If you want to do here, just in slideshow. And then, sorry, you gotta stop sharing the screen. Good. Okay. And you should be able to go right here. And then when you want to go back, go share screen here. And then from the beginning or from current slide, whatever you want to do. Does that make sense? In slideshow. So like if you're here and you're here, chat, and then you're ready to share again. I'm happy to sit and help you. Share.
Just at least for the first
From
chat
first time.
part.
You're right there.
Okay. Well, we're getting fancy and sharing a screen over here. So yeah, I mean, if you want, you can just stay with me.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Oh, okay.
But this is it. Well, oopsie, nope, cancel. Cancel, stop share.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say from this perspective, from here, share screen, screen 2. I just do it from the beginning. You just get back in it. I think it's going to be easiest. So if I stop here and say, okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Got the in slideshow. And then chat. And then back here from the beginning. So basically it's going to be, yeah, you have to first share your screen. That's going to be the key. First sharing your screen and then okay.
That's going to need to move though, so I can see how to do that.
Here, how you want to do it. That works.
I think you can actually, here, click that thing. Hello, friends. We're practicing. Let's see. I don't know how to get rid of that. Okay. As long as we have this, we're good. I'm going to go grab the other papers.
Okay.
I think I'm sitting here. Okay.
There you go. I can help you.
Right. Yes, yes, there is a code. Let me get that in for you. Is everybody muted? Okay. There we go. All right, let me put that in the chat box for us. Check-in code. 711959. We're going to have a special guest with us this evening. We're changing up some of the technology, which is really funny because this is part of the training. So Joe is going to join us and help me navigate through sharing screens in a separate monitor, which is super fancy. gonna need this. We're gonna stay in here, okay? Go outside. Thank you. Go. I'll get you. Can I get you a chair? Can you get you a chair? Sure. My daddy's gonna help me, okay? Thank you. All right.
And I'm up through the night. I can't turn down the noise. Tell words out of my mind about who I'm supposed
Is everybody able to check in okay? The code, if you need it, is in the chat box. 711959. We have a special guest tonight.
Hi, everyone.
This is Joe. This is really funny because this is part of the training. This little thing called technology. I see Megan's beautiful face. How do we check in? Didn't get checked out last night, so it won't let you check in. Hi, Courtney. You know what? If there are any troubles at all with your check-in, Jamie is happy to help you if you just want to reach out to her via email. Otherwise, Emily, you'll go in through the Digital Cheetah app and you'll just type in the check-in code, which you'll see a little bit higher here in the chat, 711959. I see that you just sent that to me privately. 711959. I'll send to you. There you go. And let's do this. All right. Yay. Okay, it worked. Good.
This is only one thing to remember from me. Child, when you're out on your own, nothing feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are.
Welcome, everyone. If you haven't seen, the check-in code reminder is in the chat box for you. That code is 711959, and you'll just go in through Digital Cheetah's app and check in that way. Any troubles with this, Jamie is happy to help you. Just email her and she'll be sure that you get checked in for the training. All right. Time is our most precious resource. So we are going to get started here in just a couple of minutes and we'll let the others trickle in. We've got 44 signed on to join us. And I get it. You don't want to show me your beautiful face, but I sure would love to see it. So thank you for those of you who have turned on your video. And I'm going to share screen here in just a little bit once we get going.
Hey, Crystal, you said the code was 7119. I didn't hear the rest.
Okay, 711959.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Probably don't need that. All right. Okay, we'll give it just a couple more minutes to give people some time to log in. And then we will get started. Are you going to stay and do the internal energy poses with me? Should we make Joe? He'll love it. Accessing deep states of peace and relaxation. All right, one more minute. We're getting there, 17 to 44. Okay, for those of you just joining, you are welcome to check into the event using code 711959. That's in the chat box as well if you need to reference that. Any troubles that you might have getting checked in, Jamie's happy to help you after. If you just email her, she'll get you checked in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started for the sake of time. I really wanna be done with this at 6 o'clock because like I mentioned, time is our most precious resource, especially these days. And so I've got my healthy technological handy guy here with me because he's got some fancy technology that I wanted to try. This is Joe.
Hi, everyone.
You'll see him here again in just a second in one of the slides. And I wasn't exactly prepared for him to be joining me for the training tonight. So this is going to be really good. You're going to get all the good stuff.
Looking forward to it.
No code in chat. I wonder what I'm doing wrong here.
If they come in later, I'm not sure they get, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
See,
what happens.
this guy. All right, I'll do it again. 711959 is the check-in code. There we go. All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome to I'll Have What She's Having. Very, very happy that you decided to join us here tonight. Life looks a little different than it did back when we would have first introduced some of these tools 11 months ago, right after the quarantine/pandemic and our whole lives took on a different turn. And so what's most important about this though is that the tools that we'll have access to tonight are just as important as they ever have been. When we think about connection, it's actually no longer a luxury. We're finding that it's vital. And that connection though first begins within. And so I'm very excited to share with you what I've been spending the last 8 years since becoming a mom, really diving into. And it's not that there's an end result here or that once you've got the tools, you're fixed for life. It actually just becomes a journey of you being able to access these tools whenever you need them to redirect out of any fear-based state back over into a love-based state. And so since we have a nor'easter blowing through Kansas City, I am not sure how many of you were able to actually go to headquarters to pick up your swag bag, and that's okay if you didn't make it. They're right there in the lobby, can't miss them, so we'll keep them there probably. So today's the 10th, we'll probably keep them there until next Friday, so that gives you a whole nother week to pop over there and grab that. But you're going to want to, because there's some really great items inside there that I'll make sure we introduce all of our community partners who contributed their love to that. So I have to start off by saying, oh, and I hope you're all dressed comfortably, and I hope that close by you have a yoga mat or a soft blanket so that we can have some fun and relaxation with those internal energy poses. One of my favorite pieces of advice is, it actually came from, and since he's here, I'm happy to share the whole story. Back in 2017, the American Cancer Society hosted every year what they call the Shave to Save event. And Joe shaved his head for cancer and raised a great amount of money for the mission of the American Cancer Society. And at the event, Gary Lezak was our MC, and he got up on stage, and obviously the topic of cancer is tough. And when you hear those words come out of someone else's mouth, sometimes you don't know what to do or you don't know what to say. And his advice was just show up, just show up. And so I want to take a moment to celebrate the fact that all of you who signed on to join me here tonight, you're showing up for yourselves. And that's something really wonderful to celebrate. So thank you. And I want to make sure that sorry, the chat. I want to make sure that all of you are very proud of the time that you dedicated to spend with yourselves tonight, but then also with me. So in the chat box, check-in code 711959, 711959. In the chat box, please. I would love to hear from you. Obviously, we're not together in person tonight, but I would really love to know your thoughts. What was it about this training and what you read about what you were expecting to experience tonight, can you please share a few of your thoughts with us in the chat box about what it was that drew you here tonight? What was it that stood out to you or you were hoping to gain access to in this training tonight? I'd love to hear your thoughts because again, as we're not in person, this works really great when we are in person and we'll get to do that again one day. But in the meantime, I think we'll find that we're more connected than ever, even though we can't be together in person. Let's see. Susan, thank you. And I love how she said, Susan, it was inspirational last time and she wanted a refresher course. That is really a very great comment because this is a forever journey that we are on, especially when you share it with your accountability buddies that we'll talk about later. When you tell people that this is what you're up to. Courtney, relaxation, self-care, good, good. So the refresher course really is that this becomes a lifelong journey for you and you'll learn to appreciate the times that you ace it. And sometimes when you stumble and fall on your face, which you will, you'll gain access to grace and compassion for yourself for sure. Yes, yes. I hope that the rest of you are able to see what's happening in the chat box right now because we're seeing a lot of the same thoughts and the same intentions for what we're going to do here tonight. And I think that you're going to be pleased with what you find. All right, so I'm going to let, while I'm explaining the meaning behind I'll have what she's having, sir, would you be so kind as to share my screen? So I have this computer and then he's got this one. And I know that there's so many of you that are on Zoom calls all day long and I'm probably behind the times. But anyway, while he's getting us to share the screen over here, I'll have what she's having. We've all heard that phrase before, right? I'll have what she's having. This is twofold though. For those of you who are not currently following Marie Forleo, I highly encourage you to do so. She is a wonderful inspiration to me. And it was actually a few years ago that she hosted a podcast and it was really honing in on two fear-based emotions, jealousy and envy. And obviously those are fear-based emotions. It doesn't feel good when we sometimes might have that emotion come up for us. And so what she invites us to do when you're having that feeling is take jealousy and envy and just redirect it. If you're having that emotion about someone else's experience or how they are, how they show up in the world, it's obviously triggering something important in you. And she's inviting us to think about it in what is it about that person? It's garnering your attention. So pay a little bit closer attention to that. Let it be the fuel that feeds you when you think, okay, that thing that I'm caught up with about that person is triggering something in you, and just talk to it nicer. I really like that thing. I'd like more of that in my life. I'll have what she's having. And I have to say that I'll have what she's having does come from the tools that I have gained access to, especially in the last 3 to 5 years, many of which come from my experiences in the junior league. So I'm very excited to get to share some of those examples with you, but I feel like it would be a disservice if these tools have given me an opportunity to completely transform the way that I see things and view things in the way that I show up and react, then my hope is that it could do the same for you. All right, now.
Can we just get a verbal yes that you can see the screen? Because my fear-based state is that it doesn't show up, I'm going to get in trouble. So can somebody give a verbal yes?
Atta girl, thanks, Courtney.
Yes.
Thank you.
Look at us, woohoo!
All right.
Thanks, sir. All right, very good. Okay, okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you.
No problem.
All right. Okay, there you are.
All
He
right.
hasn't seen any of this. Okay, so obviously that's Joe. And then we have Connor, who's 8, and Miss Jordan, who is 5. And what we are sharing tonight is an innovative type of self-care. And what I mean by that is that it's inviting you to completely open your mind to the possibilities of receiving what is meant to be yours, and then consider releasing the things that come up for you that no longer serve your greater good. And it's not that it's too late or gosh, wouldn't it have been nice if I would have had access to this 11 months ago? I don't want you to think about it like that. Please think about it in that you showed up for this tonight and it's never too late, that how about as soon as possible? because you see, the other three people in this picture were showing me a lot about how I was showing up in the world. And while we aren't here to fix or change other people, we want to seek to help and support them. But they were really helping me see some things that the way that I was showing up in the world was having an impact on how I was able to be a mom and show up in that capacity and be a great wife. And then it displays this entire situation of, can we really have it all? And I do believe that we can. We just need to be honest about how that looks and create that community of people that will support us. So 3 things are going to happen for us tonight. We are going to create a vision for ourselves, and not like the kind where you might have made a vision board with tangible things, but a vision for what is the emotion that you're seeking more of in your life? Or if you don't have it at all in your life right now, what would you like to create more of or at all? What are the things that light your soul on fire? These are the things that create long-lasting joy and are going to help you build what we call the inner vortex. You're also going to access your growth zone. And this is a different way to talk to the theory of leaving, or I'm sorry, getting into leaving your comfort zone. So I don't necessarily like the leaving your comfort zone, because that means you had to be uncomfortable in order to do that. If we talk about it nicer and we refer to it as the growth zone, then we're going to give you empowerment and confidence about how to gain access to your growth zone. And then finally, like promised, access deep states of peace and inner relaxation. All right, nice. So mindfulness, we heard this term a lot. It's coming up now more than ever, which I really do appreciate, because what was once kind of a taboo conversation or topic is now becoming something that we shouldn't suppress any longer. It's a really great thing for us to be able, it's a really great thing for us to be able to be mindful, but it is a choice. And so some great statistics show that in 2016, over 22% of companies had introduced some type of mindfulness into their wellness programs. And in 2017, the very next year, another 21% were on the horizon. So mindfulness to me means 2 things. It's our ability to access the present moment, but then it doesn't work all the way until you've done step 2. And that is that you've had appreciation and you've gained access to have gratitude for the fact that you even had an opportunity to do that to begin with. So a couple of examples that I love. Oh gosh, I forgot I was going to say this part. He's still right here. Okay, so for instance, try taking a nice deep breath before you answer the phone each and every time. And depending upon who shows up on the caller ID, you might want to take 47 breaths. Maybe notice the number of green lights that you receive on the way to work or wherever it is for your destination. And do you remember a couple weeks ago, our kids are part of martial arts coma. And I would say there's probably 5 to 7 traffic lights between coma and our home. And I was driving, Joe's in the passenger seat, and we drove the whole way home, and we were getting ready to turn into the subdivision. And he goes, "Oh my God, you just hit every green light." I said, "Yes, I know I did, but what makes me even happier is that this guy noticed." So this is contagious. I'm telling you, it's the energy around it that once you start to show up in this space, it's very beautiful to watch how others might hop on board with you too. Some other examples, lots of us are working from home right now. So maybe just stop in the fullness of your day and listen maybe to the birds chirping outside your window. Before you start your car, take a look in the rearview mirror and smile. Mindfulness, though, is a choice. And for any of you who have access to mindfulness programs, it's not part of, your job duty to attend any of those programs. It's a choice, because making it mandatory completely defeats the purpose. So in moments of uncertainty, you still get to choose how you want to respond. And no one can give this to you. It's all within yourself to choose if you want to be mindful or not. Nobody can give it to you, and nobody can take it away from you. So I love this theory of nothing is impossible once we are in alignment. Think about what's going on with the Junior League this year. So many unprecedented times right now. And yet with this theme that Karen put together for us of inspired action, when we're in alignment with our vision and our mission and we're all in as league members to find the challenges in our community and come together to rise up to be a part of the solution. Us being in alignment has allowed us really, really great celebrations this year. All right. This is a big one for me. Taking care of yourself is an essential part of taking care of others. The healthier the tree, the better the fruit it can offer. So I just invite us for a moment to take, I hope many of you were able to get your swag bag, but if you weren't, it's okay, because this is your journal that's inside, and it's tiny for a reason so that you can bring it with you wherever you go. Leave it on your nightstand or put it in your bag or wherever you need it. But inside your journal, if you have it, or maybe just some notes close by, the idea here is to think about who was a primary influence in your life when you were growing up. So mom, dad, grandparents would be primary influencers in your life when you were growing up. But not just those people. Think about outside of that. Who were maybe some teachers or some coaches, maybe even a neighbor friend. And think about what thoughts and beliefs and core concepts did this person carry that you embody today. And one of my favorite examples of this is I was a senior in high school, and quite frankly, my parents' marriage was in trouble, and I knew it, but they were doing a really great job of, they thought they were doing a great job of putting a Band-Aid over that. And this was a coach who actually was a PE instructor for the boys, and then he was a swim coach. Neither of those two things were activities I participated in, but he was watching me from a distance. And he came up to me at the end of a PE class. The girls and boys had their class together, and came up to me afterwards, and he was like, listen, kid, I see you, but I just want you to know that you're the captain of your own ship, and you can do this. And I had never really had any encounter with this coach whatsoever, but I remembered that, and it gave me a whole new perspective on things that really, we've got this. And it felt good to know that somebody was actually noticing or paying attention to something like that in another person. So think about maybe opportunities that you have to show up for people like that, because you never know what kind words you're saying could really help another person. So I hope that you've had a moment to think about some of those thoughts and beliefs and core concepts that those people who were primary influencers in your life taught you when you were growing up. When we distinctly recognize that when we recognize that we are distinctly different people with different backgrounds and histories and perspectives and needs, we can love each other better. So in your journal, maybe jot down some notes about what does it mean to have integrity? What does it look like for you to offer compassion, and give yourself permission to give yourself compassion first so that you can give that to others? So this is really important for me because think back to the beginning of the pandemic. What if we were all given a journal and we were to write down all of the challenges and the solutions and the surprises that were going to come our way, and we had to give ourselves a grade at the end of that? How did we show up during those times, and what are some of the things that have happened to us between then and now that we've been able to figure out? It was probably June. We were actually at church, and our sermon that day was about the pieces of the puzzle fitting together, and how through the last 11 months, and I invite you to think about this in your life, we all had our puzzle. All the pieces were there before all of this happened. And if any of those pieces of the puzzle fell off for whatever reason, we were invited to see it through the lens of those things were meant to fall off of your plate. And that was hard for me because some really tough, devastating things happened to me that really didn't make a lot of sense. And people showed their true colors, and that hurt really, really, really bad. But once he said it like that, and I realized that those pieces of the puzzle were supposed to fall off so that I could get back to doing the good work and the vision of what I was supposed to come here to share with the world anyway, I did give myself permission to grieve the loss of those things, but it really helped me get a better perspective on what the good work was that I was supposed to be doing moving forward, or just a different lens in general of slow down a second. As women of the Junior League, we are our capacities are large to do big things. But it did give all of us permission to slow down just a little bit and maybe re-examine the things that really matter in our lives. Okay, let the rocks in the river flow. Another great mentor said to me once, you know, Crystal, you remind me of one of those people that likes to stand by the riverbank and you like to throw rocks in the river. And what he meant by that is that I had a tendency to shift a little bit more into the alpha type A perfectionist category of people. And so I would throw those rocks in the river, and I would do that because I had everything planned out, and I would put the rocks there and I'd make the water go the way that I wanted it to, so that nothing would ever surprise me. I would never be caught off guard. I would always be safe. Yet that wasn't exactly working for me, because what I was doing was creating resistance in the highest form, and I was doing it all to myself. And so we said, can't you just try? Would you just try to stop throwing those rocks in the river? Because really what you'll find is that that river flows all on its own. And when you talk nicer to yourself and you say things like, the universe is always conspiring in my favor, as long as I let everything flow the way that it should. And he said, I promise what you're going to find is that on the other side of that, what's waiting for you is something so much more beautiful than you ever could have imagined on your own. And that is exactly what has happened. This is a good one. In fact, this hits me very, very regularly. Be the energy you want to attract. So it's really as simple as this. This tool is going to snap you back into reality very quickly. So it looks like this. If you desire for other people to show up in kindness, love, grace, and compassion, then doesn't it make sense that you would first show up that way yourself? And that was a tough one for me, but now I look at it completely different, in that if I want all of those things to show up for me in my life, I'm going to show up in that way as well. And I've got a great example about this just from the last couple of weeks, Little Black Dress Initiative, but we're going to save that for another time for me to share that experience with you. But one of my very best lessons in this is back in 2017, December and I chaired the 30th annual Holiday Mart. And for those of you serving on any committee, this is going to resonate with you. We do good work, we do hard work, we do challenging work. And while there's a lot to celebrate about that, I was finding myself during that particular year of Holiday Mart, there comes it's all worth it, the good and the bad, and the whole theory about this being a training organization. There's the great parts about the training organization, and then there's those things that catch you completely off guard that you weren't ready for. And so if you have ever heard someone in leadership say to you, well, the Junior League is a training organization. Yes, on the good side and on the, whoa, I was not expecting that side, but now I know better kind of a thing. But what happened during that particular year, we were halfway through planning, and I was really, really struggling with some challenges that we had. And it hit me. When I want to talk about the things that I have experienced in life, and let's fast forward 10 years from now, do I want to remember the negative things, that the things that made me feel icky, and maybe I didn't show up the best version of myself either under the stress of it all? Do I want to remember that, or do I want to remember the really great things that we did to contribute to our Kansas City community? And it didn't just take me doing it, it took every single person sharing their own set of skills and gifts and talents with the world to make that happen. And so when I thought about it like that, my mindset completely shifted. And then another bit of advice that was shared with me was, what a wonderful opportunity to test your new capacity. So if I say I'm someone who wants to show up with grace and compassion, then that really is a great opportunity for me to go, whoa, take a breath for a second and imagine how different this could look if you were showing up in a love-based state instead of in a fear-based state. All right. I am very thrilled to introduce the very first person who contributed to our swag bags this evening. Lauren Simple, there she is. Miss Lauren is the proud owner of what is soon to be AKT Leewood. Now, those of you who know me really well on this call know how much I love to dance. I've even joked, I don't want to argue, I just want to dance. Dancing is one of those things that just makes me feel so free. I stand in the back where I belong, but it allows me freedom and a release, and I just love to dance. Inside your swag bag, Lauren is getting ready to open AKT Leewood very, very soon. And so when I first learned of the studio and I reached out to Lauren, she doesn't know this story that I'm about to tell, but I reached out and I said, I'd love so much for you to be a part of this event. And she said, absolutely. So this is a free pass for you to go and check out one of her classes as soon as they open up their studio. And she'll be sure on JLKC Connect or wherever else we can. And I will share it through our group as well when you're ready to open your doors. But Lauren, thank you so much for contributing this to the event tonight. Okay, so here goes. It is a Tuesday night. Man, he's hearing all my stuff. It's a Tuesday night, and Dance Jam is a class that was hosted at Lifetime Fitness, probably still is, but we have chosen a different route for our fitness schools since COVID. But anyway, Dance Jam just brought me such great joy. And so it was a Tuesday night. I'd worked all day. My babes had been in childcare all day, but I really wanted to catch this class. I know how important self-care is. And so I pick them up, we go to class, I send them over to the childcare facility at Lifetime, and I go upstairs and I go to my dance class, and I'm having the time of my life, and I really needed this, and I feel so good. I left 5 minutes early because the childcare center closes. And I get the kids in the car, I put the car in reverse, and I look back, and Jordan doesn't have her seatbelt on. And so I ask her kindly 1,100 times to put her seatbelt on, and she's not doing it. So I put the car in park, and I just completely spiraled. Internally, I'm saying to myself, how could you be so selfish? What were you thinking? These kids are tired. They've been in childcare all day. You should have just gone home after work today and made dinner for them, and you should be putting them to bed right now. This is what you get. You should have known better. And the icky talk in my head. I get out of the car. I open up the back door. She's got like this Vulcan death grip on the seatbelt, and she's not letting go. And I'm feeling myself get more and more and more upset. And all of a sudden, Connor is 6 at the time. Jordan is 4. Connor screams, "Mom, you're not in your vortex." And I went like physically like that. I looked at him, his eyes are huge. And I said, "Oh my God, buddy, you are my hero. You are absolutely right. I am not in my vortex." And he busted up laughing. She busted up laughing. She lets go of her Vulcan death grip. I buckle in her seatbelt. And I was so caught off guard that this is how easy this stuff can work. I just got in the car and we just drove quietly home. The important part about this is the accountability feature. I invite you to find an accountability buddy, I call them. And those were my children, because it's very important to me. I'm not saying that I hope that my children, well, I do hope that they don't have pain and suffering in their life. But what I'm saying is they're going to have pain and suffering in their life. But if I can be 43 years old and they can be 5 and 8 now, if they can be 5 and 8 years old and have some of these tools, and the way I'm talking is very easy for these children to understand, what a gifted life that they'll be able to lead, to have access to these tools to redirect. And so I also love telling them that, hey, call mommy out when she messes up, because they love to do that. But we like to talk about the inner vortex, and are you there? And that belongs to you too. And don't fall out of yours to go into someone else's. Try not to, at least. And so these tools tonight are going to help you do that. So again, thank you, Lauren, for the dance pass. And I mean, check it out. So I think the way I've really loved following them is through Instagram, AKT Leewood, and you'll see some of the videos. We're talking like black disco balls, awesome music. So we'll keep you posted on when the studio opens. All right, so I think that we have sat still long enough. It is time for us to hop into the inner vortex poses. And so these are some different poses that you can do really at any time. And I'll share some of them on the closed Facebook group when we finish here. But okay, if you have, we're good. If you have I don't want to turn this up too loud. Okay, if you have your yoga mat or your cozy, comfy blanket. Let's hop up off of that, and we're gonna do these poses. Bentley was just like, no, I think, oh, yeah. There we are. Got it?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, everyone can see me? All right, so I'm gonna put this down just a little bit, and it's just gonna be the top. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here we go. Is everybody up and ready to stretch it out a little bit? Awesome, very good. All right, everybody stand up with me. All right. Do you want to, oh, I thought Joe was gonna do the poses, like he was gonna check on the kids.
You gotta check on the kids. I think I hear them.
All right, so here we go. Everybody ready? Arms straight out in front of you, and you are going to tap your abdomen. Ready? Gentle pressure, but make sure you're feeling it. Almost there. Very good, and rub the tummy, rub the abdomen. All right, and you're gonna put your left arm out, and you're going to just tap all the way up to your shoulder, back down, flip your arm over, raise your arm down the side, back up, and down, and switch arms. Down and up. And back down again. And rubbing your chest. Don't forget to breathe, nice deep breaths. What we call the solar plexus. And your tummy one more time. Now with the heels of your hands back behind your hips, we're gonna rotate left to right. And reverse, right to left. Very good. Now, see if you can see me all the way down. Okay. Legs all the way down. You're gonna go left leg first and just pat all the way down, way up, down the front, the back, and then switch legs. Very good, and pat to the left. Pat to the right. One more time. And pat to the right. And nice deep inhale. And fall forward. Nice stretch on the back of your legs and hold. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. One more nice inhale all the way up to the sky. Fill your lungs. And exhale. And on the way up, take a nice inhale. And I'm not kidding. These are called monkey arms. Look at it. I love to see the littles. Yay! Okay, here come the monkey arms. Ready? Hands in your armpits and shake it down. Shake, shake, shake. Get it out. Get that out of there. You're welcome to go do this out in your driveway, in the middle of the street, whatever. Get it out. Five, four, three, 2, 1. Nice inhale. And drop your arms back down. And I invite you to notice the sensation in your fingertips. This is what some people refer to as your chi. Very good. All right. So, Joe just left me. Have a seat. Let's see if I can get back in here without messing it up. Oh, good, he's back. All right. Okay, very good.
I think
So
you
back
can
to-
just do, I think you can just do,
Bear with us. That work?
Okay, so everybody see the inner vortex poses?
Okay,
Yes.
very good. All right. Oop. There we go. All right. Vulnerability and resiliency often go hand in hand. I know we've got lots of Brene Brown fans in here, and she does an awesome job of sharing what a great strength vulnerability is. And we really encourage that because when you are vulnerable, it allows you to be challenged and try something new. It gives you a brand new flexibility. It actually helps build brain cells and new neural pathways, making you more creative, making your brain younger and more agile. And so with this, we invite you to lean into the things that you feel comfortable and confident with your skill capacity, but then also step inside your growth zone and try something new. So there's thousands of others here in the Junior League that'll help you along. Like we said before, it is a training organization. And so it's really the safest place and most effective place that I know of to be able to do that. Mindfulness in this case, though, could begin with something like noticing the next time in your own committee, in your own leadership role, the next time that you see energy surrounding a difficult decision or a difficult volunteer on your committee. Instead of being someone who might contribute to the fear-based or the negative emotion or the dramatic chatter in an environment, you choose to be the one who can redirect out of it with gentle kindness. And then make sure you take a moment to acknowledge the victory there, that you were the one that could redirect that conversation. And again, the more you practice this, the more you will receive. So for me, sometimes when it's extra tough, I like to ask myself, what am I supposed to learn here? What awareness do I need to know? I love this. We are going to now build our own inner vortex. So what is one thing that you could do right now to place yourself in the growth zone? And think about this. If it's something that gives you butterflies or makes you a little nervous or even a bit scared, then you know you're heading in the right direction. Even after tonight, this story is true, which just tells me I'm still in my growth zone. So thank you, Joe. But after nearly 5 years in this work, I knew that it really was my service to share these tools with the world in a way that only I could. I was open to that. I stopped throwing the rocks in the river. And I just said, I want this. I'm ready. I want to share it. Let me know the best way to do that. And I promise I'll say yes. Was basically how I was showing up. No rocks included. I just made sure that I kept moving. So when Chelsea Cheney called me 11 months ago and said that the Connections Corner was looking for some solutions to help keep us all connected during the quarantine, and she asked if I could help. Now, I can't go back and say I don't want to show up like that, but I'll tell you, I did get a little bit nervous because here's what happened next. She said, well, we obviously can't get together like you were doing at the Junior League headquarters, so we're going to have to do it on Zoom. And then I blacked out because technology isn't my spirit animal at all. But if this is the only way that we know how to share some of these tools right now, then I'm going to have to figure it out. And again, with this being a training organization, Chelsea and her committee were so gracious and we figured it out. Of course, we had a couple of glitches, but we were able to do it. And I want to be able to share this in whatever capacity that we can, as often as we can. So think about, what is that one thing that you can do right now to put yourself in the growth zone? What is something that you really, really want to do, but it just feels too scary? So remember that little meltdown that I was having there in the parking lot with Jordan at Lifetime Fitness? This is the truth. Any emotion only has a 90-second lifeline. So I'm going to show you how you can redirect out of a fear-based state into a love-based state, but it's going to require us for just a minute to think about something that's happening in our lives right now. Imagine an experience that's happening right now that's very challenging for you, or perhaps it's just something heavy that's weighing on your mind and something that's causing you a fear-based emotion. Now, it's very important here. Don't feed it. Don't give it more life than it has. Just think about the experience and what it is that's happening in your life right now, and what emotion are you feeling about that? Take just a moment, and when you're ready, we are going to start. Our 90 seconds of breathing life into the fear-based emotion that you are experiencing. Again, don't breathe more life into the actual experience itself. Just listen to your body and breathe the four-sided breath where you're inhaling, pause, and exhale, and pause. Be patient and be kind to yourself through this process, but just name the emotion that you're feeling with the experience. We're almost there. Just breathe and name the emotion you're feeling. In this moment, I feel that was 90 seconds. That's all the lifeline that any emotion has. So if you give yourself permission to feel that all the way through, this is what you do next. Continue with that four-sided cleansing breath where you inhale for 4 counts and pause for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts and pause for 4 counts. And in this moment, you simply say, in this moment, I feel scared, angry, nervous, worried. That's not who I am. Remember back to when we started tonight and the emotion that you chose that you wanted more of in your life. That is who you are. And so now I invite you to go back to the situation that caused you to encounter a fear-based emotion before, and breathe life into that experience with your love-based state. How could that look if you set an intention to show up in the love-based state? And again, not to breathe more life into it, just to fill your vortex now with what is your greatest desire. Don't forget to breathe. What is your greatest desire? Is it peace, joy, love, grace, patience, gratitude? You are accountable for your vortex. You are the captain of your own ship. One more nice deep inhale and exhale. And there we go. That's what 90 seconds feels like. So if you can buy yourself the time when you have landed in a fear-based state to give it the 90-second lifeline that it deserves, and then let it go and redirect back over into the love-based state. I'm looking at this time, and we've got a meditation that I want to make sure that we do. So we're going to have to breeze through a couple of these slides, it looks like here. But access your higher self. Remember the emotion that you want to create more of in your life. Let's see here. Okay. Yep, perfect. Actually, you know what? I ended up being right on time. Look at this. Okay, next up in your swag bag, Annie from Halo. Would it be crazy to put the video on?
Oh, we can do that.
And you know what? I was wondering earlier, I don't know that I had the video on before. I thought I did. This is what the class pass looks like for Lauren at AKT Leewood. I don't think you guys could see my video earlier. You couldn't see it, could you? Lauren, did you get to see it earlier? I didn't have the video on, right?
No, I saw it. It was just small.
Oh, it was? Okay, perfect. All right, good. So here is what you'll be receiving in your swag bag from Halo Handcrafted. And Annie has given us a happy hour scented candle, little black dress scented freshening spray for the body or the home or however you would like it. And then she invites you to visit her for a special Junior League coupon code for 20% off your order by using promo code Little Black Dress. So, and I love everyone who's showing up locally for us to be a part of this and host these events. It's really great to see her come through in such crazy, unprecedented times. Oh, Lauren, my dog enjoyed that. I love it. Those spirit animals, I'll tell you. Okay, so we are ready to, okay, now can you, I can't wait till I ace this. It's going to be really, really great. But thanks so much for your grace while I'm accessing my growth zone here. Okay. He said, yeah, sure. Thanks. I hope everyone else is too. Okay, awesome. I'm going to get the music going for our meditation. And so now back on your comfy blanket or your yoga mat, or if you're nice and comfy where you are, maybe on a comfortable couch, just lean back, close your eyes. And there's absolutely nothing for you to do here. You're going to want to completely clear your mind. And I know how women of our capacity can be, and that can be a very challenging thing to do. So all you get to do is focus on just breathing and completely clearing your mind, and I will do the rest for us. And if you find your mind starting to wander, I invite you to come back to that 4-sided cleansing breath. And I'm going to do 2 of them with you right now before we get started. So nice inhale for 4 counts. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Pause. 1 more. Pause. Exhale. Pause. This is the breath you can come back to at any time you hear your mind or feel your mind and the thoughts come up for you. Just clear them out and redirect back to this breath. In the quiet of your space, I invite you into an area of deep peace, relaxation, and a gentle reflection of your day. Close your eyes, tongue touching the roof of your mouth. Take a moment to completely relax every muscle and element of your body. When you're ready, begin at the top of your head. Follow your breath down to your forehead, to your cheekbones, your jawline, and your throat. The best way to capture moments is to pay attention. This is how we cultivate mindfulness. When we actively, mindfully participate in that flow, giving and receiving become easier. Today is complete. As I reflect back upon my experience, there is a flow of connection and support that runs through and around each of us, in true connection with one another. I welcome all the opportunities that made way to my path and presented me with love, peace, compassion, safety, trust, and appreciation. Inhale your breath now into your heart. I am strong. I will only breathe life into positivity and activities that strengthen my soul. It is here that we hold love and appreciation. I am love. Take a moment to acknowledge the things that inherently bring you joy. What lights you up? What could you do all day long if there was no concept of time? These are the things that lead you to your purpose, to your vision, your highest self, your greater good. I am the energy I want to attract. Inhale your breath now into the space of your upper abdomen. I am safe. All is well with my soul. I trust the universe is always conspiring in my favor, especially when things are unexpected and out of my control. I am capable. I have what it takes. Inhale your breath now into the space of your lower abdomen. I am 100% present in this space. I will do more of what makes me happy. I am ready to receive the love, grace, and compassion necessary to bring me to my greatest good. I welcome abundance. Inhale your breath now into the base of your spine. Life is a fascinating adventure worth living. Tomorrow is a brand new canvas and a fresh start. May peace be with me. I am open to the possibilities and trust my ability to experience vitality in life while sharing my gifts with the world. I am love. I am an expression of life and grace. I show up for myself and the world. I dream big. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently open your eyes and take a nice deep breath. For the sake of time, I said I wanted to honor this. And so I'm going to slide through just a couple of these slides here as we wrap things up tonight. But remember, they can't do what you do like you do, period. So please share your skills and gifts and talents with the world. Give yourself compliments, praise and presence, time, permission and love, hugs, kisses and smiles, winks, laughs and applause, and the world will give you more. Just start. Congratulations, we did it. If you haven't spotted in your swag bag yet, here's a sweet treat from our friends at Cottontail KC. Oh, am I? Oh, darn, sorry. Okay, there we go. Cottontail KC, cotton candy. They are also opening up Cookies and Creamery here very shortly. And so please be sure to check them out. And then it's okay, you can hang on for 1 second and then I'll go back to this in a minute. Also, I got some great advice from a friend I was talking to about this last week. This stone right here symbolizes those rocks I was talking to you about, and how, why don't you hang on to this one, okay? Keep this wherever it helps serve you. So leave it on your nightstand. You can put it on the dash of your car. You can put it in your pocket. And a fun little fact, they glow in the dark. Also, I forgot to mention, if you'd like to dance with Lauren and her friends at AKT Leewood and you need help with childcare, you'll also find some information in here from Bambino Sitters. These are sitters in your very own neighborhood who are available to help you if you need them. So all the details of that will be here as well. And so, yeah, if we can go back to the screen share. Thank you, Joe. I don't know how I will possibly, I suppose I could cook you a fancy meal through DoorDash. Okay, so pop-up retreats are coming this spring. I think that we're going to be able to get to a place where we can safely host, if you'd like to gather 5 to 8 of your friends and host your own personalized self-care retreat here in Leewood, complete with 2 hours of pampering. And so you'll get to design the event exactly how you want it. So also, let's see here. I wanted to get here down to the, yep. You'll choose the 2-hour window of time that works best for you and your crew, and then you let us do the rest. In the chat box before, I'll send it again because those of you that might have come in later might not have seen it, but we have a private Facebook group called I'll Have What She's Having, Kansas City. I invite you to join us there to stay updated on all of the excitement. And will we host virtually again for the league? I would love to do that. There's so many other topics that we can discuss here. Things like navigating the comparison game, Marie Kondoing your brain. So if you're familiar with Marie Kondo, she teaches us how to declutter our things, and I will show you how to declutter your mind. And anyway, I'd love to continue to host these for the league, and those swag bags would be available as well for both events in person and also at the league. So I am going to, also Crystal Ronnebaum, you can find me in the member directory. I'll send a thank you email to all of you as well. So if there's any questions that have come up for you or any further clarification, or if you find yourself in an experience right now and you'd like to talk a little bit deeper about that, I would love to help you redirect out of that over into a love-based state, because like I said, the more we practice this, the more it's going to show up for us in our lives. That love-based state that you hope to create more of in your life. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me tonight. And I will see you all very soon. Good night, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank
Crystal.
you. You're welcome. Oh, come on. See, we got to let her in. Come on.
Come on, Jordan.
Oh, the door's stuck. There she is. There's Jordan. I was telling him about your inner vortex. Oh, and Connor. Yay. They're going to be helpers at the retreats too. Yeah. All right. Good job. All right, this is so fancy. I don't know how to turn it off here. Come over here. Hey, Joe, can you help me? Your mouse is stuck on the other monitor. I'm sure it's not. It's just me.
Sorry.
Oh, that thing, you touched this. Sorry.
You wanna
Okay.
leave?